What's happening, everybody? It's Ike from Flipside Music, and welcome to What the F.A.Q. What the F.A.Q.
Yes.
Season 3, episode 7. Yes, the great F.A.Q. of Colorado.
The F.A.Q. is upon you.
Be careful, wee lad. All right. Weekly question and answer show. Welcome to anybody that's new here. I know we got some new subscribers from Metalhead Hippie Show, so thank you, Metalhead Hippie, and thank you, new folks that are here.
Oh, and just so we kind of touch up on where the giveaway status is at. Essentially, when we get to 2,000 subscribers, that's when the giveaway happens. So if you're tuning in from Metalhead Hippie, that's basically just so you guys all know. Once we hit the 2,000 mark, that's when the giveaway happens. So if you guys have any friends, like, put the word out, because we're really close. I think we're only like 40 or 50 away. So
Yeah.
when I checked it this morning, it was like 1950. So or 19, yeah, somewhere around there. So
yeah, so I think it's 40. I think it's almost 1960. But anyway, if you guys aren't here, go. If you're not over at Metalhead Hippie's channel, go subscribe to him. If you guys if you're just happy to find us. Yes.
Well, I feel like we have been getting a good steady stream from him. So, but I just wanted to make sure everybody kind of knew where we were at in terms of, when the giveaway is happening. So we're not just stringing it along.
Right.
Sorry, no pun intended.
Right. Yeah. We're not trying to string you along. Ah, shit. Just in case. Oh, no. It keeps happening. You're nuts. Oh, no. Just get settled in. Oh, no.
Well, it's funny because I feel like picks and cases are the ones that, like, you accidentally do say those things. Like, take your pick or just in case.
Yeah.
Do you want a case just in case?
We could just do a whole pun thing. Well, how do you get here? You just come over the bridge and then you gotta, But don't fret, you'll find us.
We can rearrange these questions in any way you want to. I didn't really put them in any particular order.
All right, so let's start out with Eddie T asks, bought a new pedal and the main volume pot is pretty loose. Best way to increase tension on pedal pots without invalidating your warranty?
It's a good question, and it's actually been coming up a lot lately. Best way is to usually get some like rubber gaskets from like a hardware store or even automotive stores sometimes have different sizes. But if you just get like a good rubber gasket that, it doesn't have to be crazy, but just enough that when the knob goes back on the pot, it just adds a little friction.
Bit of friction, yeah.
Yeah, and that usually tends to be the best way, especially if you have like a pedal that is very loosey-goosey. Like some of the Vertex pedals, I've noticed. Like I would do it 100 like right away. First thing I would do when I buy that pedal would be put like a gasket on the main volume pot, because for whatever reason, I think they use fairly good pots, but for whatever reason they're very loose pots compared to like alpha pots, if that's what you guys are used to.
Yeah, you can get, I think, D'Addario, or D'Addario, or did it wherever.
I think it's D'Addario.
I say D'Addario. Yeah. It just seems like that would be the way. Mm-hmm. Like D'Angelico, D'Addario,
right. D'Agostino, or
but you get D'Amico, which is kind of the same. So
sure. Okay.
D'Addario, whatever you want to say. I think they're coming out with a new thing that is like that.
Oh,
there's some pedal gaskets.
Oh, okay.
For volume pots, but it's kind of like what we used to do with the old Grolsch.
Yeah, in terms of the strap locks, you can even actually use those. Those actually for bigger.
That'll work. Yeah,
for bigger like full size pots, you can use those. And then for like the smaller ones, like Earthquaker tends to use like the smaller alpha pots on like some of the like the Warden and ones where you have a lot of different pots on there. And those, if you just get like the little gasket rings. Mm-hmm. Those usually work because it's
like what you would use for a faucet,
right? Because it's fairly concealed, and you just put those on there, and it does the same thing. So
yeah. So I would just go to the Ace Hardware. Yes. You're gonna get them for pennies.
Yeah. Find the nearest old dude with a mustache, and you're guaranteed to find what you need.
Right. Yeah. Don't find a young dude with half a shaved head and twisty mustache. Go for the old guy that knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, with like the mustache that looks like it's gonna get you. Like
right. It's gonna reach out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get you. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. So moving on, ACDC. Oh, Andy G asks ACDC crunch tones from a pedal.
This is a good one. There's a lot of options for this one.
Lots of options.
Yeah, I tell you, the LPD 68 or even the 68 Deluxe would certainly do those tones.
The SL Drive would do it.
Yes, the SL Drive, if you back the game off, would certainly do it. Even
it's really not a high gain. The
no,
AC/DC
it's
tone
more
really
about
isn't.
that crunch.
Yeah, it's a crunchy thing. It's really not a high gain.
Yeah, more like the 70s Marshall stuff. So even like the Dirty Shirley from Friedman, that one tends to be like more old school. The 74 actually would also from LPD, if you wanted a little more like control, that one would be another great option. Alexander pedals, I think, makes the Silver Jubilee. That one's a really great one if you want more of that like Marshall Jubilee kind of tone, which isn't quite ACDC, but it'll essentially get the same thing.
You're gonna get there. I'm sure that nobody's gonna notice. The 50-year-old broad. Oop, I can't say that.
That's such a New York thing too. Yeah,
I'm like, the 50-year-old lady that's gonna be listening to that is not gonna know that you. Oh no.
Right.
You know, it's just not gonna.
Yeah, that's a Silver Jubilee. Not
Totally didn't use the Jubilee there, guy.
But yeah, even like the Plexi Tone from Wampler, that one's good. I just think there are some, since that one has come out, I think there are some more interesting options out there now. LPD in particular, like if you want something super convincing, I feel like his have been by far the most convincing in terms of those Marshally bits.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
This was kind of a group question. We had several people last week, and then even on one of the streams. Talking about like easier ways to record at home during the pandemic. So a lot of people are, a lot of bands are having to record bits and then kind of communicate those things to each other to essentially make music from home right now. So I think a lot of people, I don't know. I personally, at the beginning of stuff, like I would have had an issue with trying to figure it out too. I think the easiest way is just, so far the Iridium with an interface has been the easiest thing for me personally. If you don't want to go that far, like, I don't know, even like the two notes, like if you already love your amps that you have and you just want to record those a little easier without having to mic everything up, like a two notes captor into an interface would be another great way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Some of the iRig stuff would be a way to get it done too. Yeah. It all depends on what budget you're looking at, getting at, but stuff now is so fairly inexpensive. Like even just getting a Mackie,
like
a Mackie
Onyx,
getting the Mackie Onyx, or even getting the Pro FX6 mixing board. It's not super expensive.
Yeah, you're in that like 175 to 230 range for some of that stuff, and
and you're getting good quality stuff.
Right.
Even still, if you have like a Zoom H5 or
whatever. Well, there's the H4s, and then I think the new H. Yeah, but those are actually if you want to
really
do more.
I got one and I recorded with it, and I was like, holy crap, this thing sounds
they sound
amazing.
Great. Yeah, those, and you can actually run. You can also, if you have the one that has the secondary inputs, you can actually run microphones right into that too. So that's actually like if you want to record a band or even more of a live track, that's a really good way to do it. Is put the Zoom somewhere in the room, off of like the cabinet, and then put maybe one or two mics in front of the speaker cabinet, and you'll be pretty much good to go.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of options out there. It all depends on.
Well, and you can actually use the Zoom as an interface. I think it's a little bit different than like using a standard interface, but you can essentially use it as one. Like I said, for me personally, if you had the budget, I would say like something in the vein of the Iridium with an interface is the way to go, at least for guitar players, just because it's been so easy for what we've been doing. The tones you get are pretty phenomenal, and honestly, the easier the interface is, like the less problems I tend to have with it. Yeah, because like just going into it like the regular Onyx is way easier than going into a mixer sometimes. But
yeah, I can see that. Actually, Wilson came in the other day.
Oh yeah,
he picked up an Iridium. Yeah, he's like, it's been a while, guys, and I'm like, yeah. But he picked up an Iridium, and he was like, holy crap, this thing sounds amazing. I'm like,
yeah, they really do.
That's why we barely keep them in stock.
Yeah,
So that's that, I'd say.
Yes.
All right, moving on. What else we got?
I think Ben Coombs is our last question.
Ben Coombs, our preferred Canadian YouTuber.
Yes.
He asks, with venues having inconsistent electrical wiring, is there an affordable way to regulate the voltage to your gear? That's going to be a budget.
Voltage or like clean
power?
Yeah, because usually like power conditioner would knock out both. Usually.
Like a Furman or something like that.
Yeah, and I was going to say Furman is kind of the go-to. Like if we're going to talk about go-to, like standard setters, Furman is basically the brand to start with. And anything less than Furman, I just for the safety of your gear, I wouldn't really look into it. Yeah, like Furman's usually like the starting range. I mean, there's other companies that go further than what they do, but those are like really expensive. So Furman, and unfortunately, even Furman's
expensive.
Yeah, I was gonna say even their main solid power conditioner that would handle like a pedal board and an amp, that even runs like $750 or something new. So even that's kind of spendy. But yeah, power conditioner is the only thing that really comes to mind.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would. Yeah. That's what I would do. Either that or book some gigs at some better places.
Yes. Yeah.
Book at a place that hasn't been around for 40 years, has got beer and crap spilled all over everything, which is difficult to find.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, big
best
thing.
Places to play.
Yeah, big thing with this. I mean, having like an isolated power supply for your pedal board would be,
smart.
Yeah, that'd be one checklist item to get on there for sure.
Bring extra fuses.
Yeah, extra fuses. If your amp is already humming, obviously get that looked at. But the main thing, in terms of like if you're dealing with either a noisy venue or just a venue that has bad power, power conditioners are really the only way to go. Well, just
turn it up.
Yeah, just keep turning it up.
Just turn it up.
Yeah, just suck all of their shitty power in.
Right. Just encompass all of it into your amp and just play louder.
Yeah, and essentially, I guess for anybody that might not know what a power conditioner does, essentially it just takes in the electricity, puts it through transformers that essentially clean it and stabilize it. That's kind of the easiest way.
It's like laundering money.
Yeah.
It's like taking the bad money and making it into good money.
And I'm not even probably the best one to give like a detailed explanation of them, but they're essentially it gets rid of any of the weird audio artifacts that can kind of creep in through power. And then the main thing is just, stabilizing. So, because I think what Ben's also talking about is like bad venues. Sometimes you'll have
spikes,
spikes and dips in the power, and that's really bad for amps, especially.
I am shampoo. I am good for the venue. I am conditioner. I am good for the musician.
Well, yes.
Sorry.
No, it's even almost
really
it's almost even like the really old Reese's ad with the chocolate and the peanut. Oh, you got chocolate in my peanut. Oh, you got peanut butter in my chocolate. Yeah. But anyway, that's the only thing I can really think of.
That would be my answer. Just look for like a Furman.
You could, as a band, collectively join together and get like one really nice one.
But they're not cheap.
They're not cheap. Yeah, but as a band, like if your band is gonna stick with you and nobody's gonna be an asshole about somebody owns 35% of this and somebody only owns 23% of that.
You got to get with the right band, otherwise you're going to run into.
But
I'm not going to pay for that. It's not a thing that I'm going to use. I'm the drummer. What do I need that for?
Right. But if you really want to be pro about it, that would probably be the way to go. When bands become able to play live again, consider going in together on one good power conditioner.
Just sell a bunch of merch.
Yeah, that too.
Put that money in the pot.
Help fund power conditioners.
Yep. Drummer's still gonna be complaining. Oh, if you guys are getting a power conditioner, I want to
make him get a PA, and then he has to contribute. So then you got to make him spend even more.
Yeah, there you go.
And actually, that's another thing.
I don't know where he's gonna put it in his girlfriend's basement.
Well, actually, that's something I hadn't really thought about for the easy way to record at home. Drums are the difficult one at home,
unless you have an electronic kit. Then it's not so difficult.
There's that, and then Rick Beato, I think, put a cool video out a while back of how to mic up a drum kit with only 3 microphones, and that was actually a good one. So, like, if you guys check that video out, it's pretty detailed. It was basically like the recording method they used for a lot of the Zeppelin stuff to get John Bonham's drums. Cool. But essentially, it's just like 3 microphones, and it really does do a good job of conveying the kit, depending on the room you're in. But anyway, that was pretty much it.
That's the long way round?
Yeah, that was a return to that question, because I kind of didn't really think about the drum aspect of that question.
Well, I don't think we usually do.
Well, no, but like that's an important one, because right now I bet you drummers are probably having the hardest time. Because not only can they not play with anybody, they can't record their shit most of the time.
Right.
So it's like they can't even contribute to what the band is doing, and there's probably a guitar player that's just putting all their drum bits into a program, and then that's basically. So I bet drummers are probably having the real issues right now. So if you got a drummer out there, look out for them.
Yeah, you're gonna find him in his girlfriend's basement. I'll throw that joke out again. I think it's worth trying twice. It's happening.
Really
All
cement
right.
that one.
All right, well, we appreciate you guys sticking around and watching the whole video. Please like us if you haven't, or hit the bell and all that other shit like every other person, YouTuber
Yeah, and actually,
says.
please hit the bell. That one's like, subscribe obviously is important, but hitting the bell, make sure you guys see the new stuff, and the new stuff helps us get more traction. So
Yeah, and we got some
really
demo
helps.
videos. We got demo videos coming out more and more, and we got some other stuff in the works too, as we're trying to make time to get it all done.
Yes, we're trying to think of maybe some different formats for some videos so that we can maybe start doing some longer ones that are going to be released less frequently.
Live stuff too.
Yeah, some live ones, and then try to do some shorter videos that'll get put out there a little more often. Because honestly, with as many pedals as we have, it doesn't really matter as long as we just kind of keep moving through them.
Yeah,
we can just kind of keep. I don't know if I want to do it by category or by company yet, but we'll kind of see.
I just say we just go grab something and go.
Yeah.
But that's me. All right, I think that's it, right?
Yep.
All right, we appreciate you guys. Oh, that's the...
Taking off.
Watch out. All right, we appreciate you guys hanging around, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side.